Is the Anaheim Majestic Garden Hotel Disneyland's best good neighbor?
Let's tour.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you're watching the Theme Park Foodies. We are back at Disneyland, but we're not staying on site this time. If you guys have been watching us for a few years, we recently, or about, I think it's a year or 2 years ago, did a video on the Candy Cane Inn, asking if it's Disneyland's best good neighbor. We haven't asked that question in quite a bit, and Candy Cane Inn is very close to Disneyland. It's like right behind Radiator Springs, right behind California Adventure. It's about a 10-minute walk to the front gates of Disneyland. This hotel is the Anaheim Majestic Garden Hotel. It's a little bit farther. It's about a 25-minute walk, but it does sport bus transportation to the front gates of Disneyland.
And it was like a 7-minute ride.
Yeah, exactly. It's about a 7-minute bus ride to the front of Disneyland. This is considered to be the most Disney-feeling non-Disney hotel. So this isn't owned by Disney or Disneyland. It's kind of right outside the gates. So this hotel is literally right behind Galaxy's Edge, but there's no really entrances kind of near it. The aesthetic, or the outside of it, is meant to look like a medieval castle. Definitely feels more medieval, I feel like, than Fantasyland, but it does kind of capture that Fantasyland feeling, because we are staying in Princess Corinne's castle, Sam.
Corinne?
I think that's her name, Princess Corinne. You can see her story kind of woven about the entire hotel. I'm going to go over that story as we stay here. But our question that we're going to try to answer here is this a better stay than the Candy Cane Inn? I definitely, right now, I think is more cost effective, right?
It is, but we did really love Candy Cane Inn's breakfast. They have an included breakfast that was incredible. We found out, though, when we checked in with our Disneyland vacation package that we got breakfast here, which we didn't even know we were getting.
Yes, so you can actually book a Disneyland vacation package for some of the Good Neighbors. This one takes part in the program. If you're looking up Good Neighbor hotels, you always hear Candy Cane Inn and you always hear Majestic Garden Inn. I can already tell you that just walking in the front, you enter straight in through a stone turret. It's very bombastic, kind of the front of this resort. It feels like a special Disney resort.
Your favorite word. She called me Mr. Boom. This hotel definitely gives you many opportunities to say that word.
I'm going to show you guys the whole front lobby. There's a lot of Disney nods in there. There's even some Disney nods in our room. We're going to start off with the room tour. I will say I feel like the bathroom looks like the weakest part of the room, but the room itself is expansive, much bigger than the Candy Cane Inn room. And as its name is, it's called the Majestic Garden Hotel. It has a majestic garden, kind of right in the center of it, that it's known for, these beautiful gardens. It also, of course, has a pool, a hot tub, a lot of Disney kind of light theming that you can see without in our room. We actually have a comic book, a Mickey Mouse comic book in here.
And Princess Corinne even does a story time here. You can also write her letters and leave them in a box. I guess at a certain point she reads them.
Yeah. There's a lot more food options here than Candy Cane as well. There's 4 different restaurants that you can eat at. They have the Garden Court Bistro, which has a buffet breakfast that's included. It's not usually included. If you get the package, they will include the buffet breakfast. They have a full service, I believe, a buffet dinner. They have the Garden Court Lounge, which has some lounge bites and some lounge foods. They have the California Deli, which I'm sure we'll be heading over to. That's open until 11 o'clock at night. So if you're coming home late from the parks, it's a great thing to have. It's kind of like their grab and go, their quick service option there. And then they have Hanagi, which is actually run by a sushi chef from Japan. I really want to go there. They don't open I think till about 5 o'clock though. We're going to see if we can kind of fit them in. It's great to have all these food options because unlike Candy Cane Inn, you can just walk right to downtown Disney, get in there, grab a bite. You don't have that here. There's not so much, I mean, you could take like a 15-20 minute walk, but it's nice just to have it, I feel like, inside. It's also a much bigger resort. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Join us for our stay at the Anaheim Majestic Garden Inn. All right, so here we are, room F2143. F for Frank. That's floor 2. Let's head inside. You can see they have a bench that you can kind of sit on, put your shoes on, and a full vanity mirror. And right in front of this mirror is your closet. Let's open it up. You can see there's a ton of room in this closet. So you have a bunch of hangers, an ironing board. You have your iron right there at the top. You have more storage space right above there. Let's open up the other side so you guys can see there's actually 2 luggage racks here. Right above these hangers and this coat hanger, they also have a safe. Now the bathroom to me is definitely the weakest thing about this room. It's very tight, I feel like, in need of a refurbishment. I do kind of like the wallpaper in here with the design on it. They have some tissues, hand towels, and it looks like you can get a lot of your toiletries and stuff at the California Deli. The soap is from the Mikado Spa, and strangely they have a hairdryer that's not in a bag. Right above that, they have a makeup mirror. This looks like it's one-sided. Obviously a full bathroom mirror. Good amount of towels. They don't do a turn down service daily, just so you know. They do it every 3 days, so you'll have to ask for more towels if you need them. I'm not sure if this is rusted or if this is part of the theme. I think this knob is part of the theme, although that definitely looks like some weathering up there on the bathroom door. Obviously behind the door we have the shower. So this is a curtain shower. It has a tub, so if you have kids, it's good to have a tub. Also looks like they have like a handicap bar, and they have these kind of majestic royal soaps. The top of the shower nozzle does look a bit weathered though. The tub looks a bit weathered as well. All right, now let's enter the actual bedroom area. The carpet is embedded with kind of a royal design. I really like the size of this room and the regal headboards that are at the top of each of the beds. They also have these purple drapes that add kind of an aristocratic feel, making you kind of feel like you're in a medieval castle. The wallpaper back there looks pretty standard. However, as you can see, the wallpaper kind of to your right as you walk in looks like a forest, like you're inside a majestic medieval garden. And Sam was saying,
Or as a Taylor Swift Evermore album cover. You be the judge.
Right next to the bed, they have some artwork of a horse. Of course, a king and queen, a princess, they need their noble steeds. I will say one weakness is that you only have one nightstand to share between the two beds. And a huge weakness in this day and age is that there's no USB ports on here. It's just gonna be standard plugs. You'll definitely have to bring something to convert your USBs. You can see on here, they are promoting Hanagi. Obviously this is a no smoking room, and it looks like they have like a magician in here. Man, this clock is a throwback. Look at that. In front of the beds, we have a decent sized flat screen TV. While this isn't a smart TV, it is interesting to me how many channels you get here. Geez, are we in 2010? Look at this. It's like 100 channels. I'd probably just use the Wi-Fi on my phone, but if you watch TV, this is an amenity for you. To the right of the flat screen is a pretty standard coffee maker, standard cups. So it's not a Keurig. I feel like Keurig is like the trendy thing to have now. This is just a coffee maker. The coffee is from Castle Creek though, which makes sense because we're in a castle. Right below the coffee. And here you have your fridge. Next to the fridge, we have some drawers here. Let's see how deep they are. Pretty deep, so you can keep a few things in here. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And then next to that, you're gonna find your ice bucket if you want some cold drinks. I think they have ice machines at the end of the hallways. If you're facing the TV to the left, they have this little table you can have some snacks at with a light. And right above it is that Mickey Mouse comic book. Definitely kind of adds to the stay here. Interesting medieval type of texture.
With our vacation package, we got this lanyard and the 70th anniversary pin. It's nice that it came with a souvenir. You can pick this up in 3 different spots. There's going to be the World of Disney in downtown Disney. There's like a music store in Disneyland. There's one other spot in Disney California Adventure.
This is the map they gave us, just so you guys get an idea of like the scale and the size here. This is kind of the adventure we took to try to get to our room. They call their complimentary shuttle here the Dream Machine. It's a little confusing, but if you're at Disneyland, you can pick it up every 15 and 45 on the hour, and then every half hour up until 12. Between 12 and 4, it's every hour, and then after 4, it's every half hour again. You can see Princess Corinne is greeting us. She actually has meet and greets in the front. Right next to the bed towards the back left is this very plush, regal-looking sofa. This looks like a spot a king or queen would just sit at and get fed grapes all day. And right above the window, I did want to bring up the molding up there. I appreciate the attention to detail and the texture. All right, let's check out our view. And we got a pool view. I don't like filming people at pools, but if you have kids, it's good to be able to get a pool view to keep an eye on them. You can see it looks like a medieval town. So everything is encompassed by the brickwork and stone turrets, which I'll show some more detail on throughout. But really just kind of view this tree and the pool. All right, let's start our ground tour. Actually, change of plans. We went over to the California Deli for breakfast, and we decided to try out some of their breakfast options. They even have fancy ketchup for your egg sandwich. Now, I usually like to start my days with like some fresh fruit. They have fresh fruit there. We also do have, like, we could use the buffet tickets today. We're gonna do that tomorrow, so that you guys get like kind of an overview of everything they have to offer. Good watermelon, pineapple. Fresh, it's good. It's a solid 7. Good mix as well of cantaloupe, strawberries, pineapple, some orange. All right, so next up is the egg sandwich. I really wanted to try these. A lot of people talk about these egg sandwiches because they come on pretzel buns. They have these in the morning. They are ham, I think it's American cheese, and a over easy, I don't think it's over easy. I think it's probably just a fried egg. All right, let's try it out. Hey, the pretzel bun really does add to it. I would make these like, I would like the egg a little bit over easy, but that's a personal preference, and these are made for like mass production. I think it's a good mass production egg sandwich. I want to go 8. I think I'm going to stick with 7. I like the pretzel bun. I like a little bit more thickness in the center of it, but I think it's a good egg sandwich. I think you'll be happy if you get it. It's a great mass-produced egg sandwich. I wouldn't say it's a great fresh egg sandwich. And then we have the illustrious Castle coffee. I'm gonna probably spill this because they really filled it to the brim. But they have a few or 2 different coffee options there. One is just kind of a grab and go that you can get from, or you just fill your own cup up. They have another one that's a machine that sits behind the counter. You can get like an Americano, cappuccino. So I wanted to try the machine coffee because they call it a Castle coffee. I guess Corinne is a coffee fan. I got mine black because I want to taste how the beans taste, but Sam did get an Americano with some cream and sugar. That's terrible. I think the machine tastes like it tastes burnt, and it's weird because I saw it come out of the machine. It tastes burnt. I don't think it's good. I'm going to give a 4 to that. I mean, I'll drink some of it because it's going to have the effect of coffee. If I have no coffee effect, I would say I'll go down to like 2. But yeah, no, it's not good. I would get try the grab and go maybe. I haven't tried the grab and go, but not good. All right, today's our last full day here. We wanted to show you guys the breakfast options, show you the entire buffet, and today we're also going to do our full grounds tour. I also want to try to get to the Japanese restaurant for dinner. All right, we've made it to the Garden Court Bistro. If you're entering into the Majestic Garden Hotel, you're going to head straight. You'll see kind of this, it'll look like a Cinderella kind of pumpkin carriage. You're going to head to the left of that, and you'll see the lounge to your left, which has a different menu when that opens up. And this is the bistro. They have a buffet and a la carte options, but the buffet is included with our package. So let's go over the buffet options. They also have really nice courtyard outside that has a fountain, ducks, some nice aesthetics. All right, you have a normal salad bar with dressing, watermelon, yogurt back there, cantaloupe, melon, pineapple, granola, some assorted pastries. They have some Smucker's jams. Looks like some chocolate and bran muffins. These little croissants look very good. I like the croissants at Candy Cane Inn. Then we have breakfast potatoes, scrambled eggs, bacon and sausage, pancakes and waffles, and huevos rancheros. At the end here we have some hot syrup, brown sugar, raisins, and I'm not sure what's in there. Let's say this is oatmeal. Yep, it's oatmeal. For cereals, it looks like we have Cheerios, Fruit Loops, corn flakes, and then Frosted Flakes. All right, so Sam has gotten up and gotten her first plate. She's going to start off, of course, with the scrambled eggs.
They look pretty.
They're mass-produced eggs, but they look pretty fluffy to me. They don't look runny. Sometimes you get runny eggs at these places, and I think it looks, pretty decent in my opinion,
I would give them a 7. Get some breakfast potatoes, and there's some onions in there. I like a crispier potato, so they're kind of soft. Not much seasoning.
The thing that interested me the most were these huevos rancheros to me.
I think potatoes are 6. They're okay. Those look good.
It's going to be like their specialty, I feel like.
It definitely has a lot more flavor than the eggs and the potatoes. Don't even mess with these. Just get the huevos rancheros. I have this an 8. These are good.
All right, so I got my plate. I wanted to bring up, too, they have dragons at some of the tables that look really cool. All right, so I got a little bit of the salad because I feel like I need some roughage. Look how crispy this bacon looks. I also feel like I had to try some of the pastries out. So let's start with the salad, see how fresh and tasty it is. Good salad. I'd give this salad a 7. I'm really most interested in this bacon. Look how crispy that bacon looks. I love the bacon. You want it a little crispy, in my opinion, with the fact that it's crunchy. That's good. I'm going to go 8 with the bacon. So the pastries kind of like box pastries. I'm going to do them as one number. Let's try just the croissant out first. I think for being included with the steak, this is like a great spread. This is definitely, it's not like the candy cane ones came from a bakery. These aren't flaking at all, which you want like a flake to come off a pastry, but you know, again, it's included. Let's try this one out. Oh, the strawberry filling in there. They're solid pastries to come with your meal. I would give them like a 6. I don't think that, you know, it would go out of my way, but they're like a good thing to have in the morning. You do get coffee included. Sam, have you tried your coffee yet?
I've had one sip. It was definitely better than the coffee that we got from the deli that's here.
Yeah, I think it's better to get it from the resorts. All right, let's try the, I have a waffle and a pancake here. So they have also some fresh hot syrup. You gotta get your syrup in your traps. So it's in the syrup traps. There, I'll get a little raise over the pancake as well. So the waffle actually looks fresh. It looks like they made these in-house. I know when we were at Candy Cane, they had a fresh waffle maker. But just as good if it's fresh. These are good, nice and buttery. I think these and the huevos rancheros are the winners. 8 with that. I would stick with the huevos rancheros and these if you're looking for the tastiest options up there. I'm happy we chose to do the grounds tour after staying here for a few nights because it gave me a greater appreciation for the architecture and the interior decor here. I really like the stonework. It feels like a medieval castle. You can see a lot of brick, larger stones, and differing patterns and molding throughout the entire property. You also see the stone turrets. You enter in directly through that large stone turret. You can see right at the front, and they have suites that are inside these stone turrets. It really does kind of feel like a medieval castle because all of this stone architecture encompasses these central gardens at the center, which is kind of like how a castle would be built in medieval times. Obviously not exactly like that. I don't think it's the most upscale, but it is immersive. It feels like medieval times to me is the best way I can describe it. And the shuttle buses will pick you up right at the front. They call them the dream machines. Some of them I think are dreamier than others. Some buses will feel kind of like a school bus, while others will have AC. Others kind of won't have AC. So it's really kind of based off of luck what type of shuttle bus you'll get. All right, let's head inside. You enter in through that main stone turret, which actually has stained glass right at the top. I think that's a nice touch. As you enter the stone turret, to the right, you'll see this is actually a 3-diamond AAA hotel. They also are boasting their Disney Good Neighbor status. To the left will be a little photo op. There's a lot of purple hues. You'll be able to see they have a Halloween display up right now. Halloween is about 3 months away. That's when they started here for Disney. As you walk in further, you'll be able to find the check-in desk to the right. Right next to the check-in desk, you'll see they'll promote a movie they'll be playing out in the gardens each night. You can also call for luggage services over here. You won't leave your luggage here, but you can call for it at the check-in desk. I'm going to go left first, though, because most of the amenities are right here to the left, and there's a lot to see. Like we said before, Princess Corinne is the princess of this castle. You'll be able to see one of her dresses, and it looks like some of her knight's armor right here to the left. You can also find an area where you can leave a letter for Corinne. I believe she reads these at night around 5:30 near the fireplace. That's to the right, but we're not near the fireplace yet. If you head down this hallway, you'll find most of the food. Before we get there, I wanted to show this little mural that they have to Disneyland. As a Disney Good Neighbor, they have a lot of little nods and cool artifacts from Disney in here. Let us know in the comments if you see anything here that you like. There's even stuff from the 50th anniversary. We're here for the 70th right now. And right before we get to the California Deli, it looks like they have some artifacts that can kind of show you the history and the lore of Princess Corinne. The California Deli works as your gift shop, your general store, and your grab-and-go quick service eatery here. There's a lot of like different gifts that you can get. I don't think a lot of them are Disney official, but they are pretty nice. Look at all these mugs right over here. I'm loving that Jack Skellington mug, that Mickey Mouse mug. And the gift shop area is where you can find your general store items as well. Man, look at these bags. These are really cool bags. They have some grab-and-go sandwiches on some fresh-made croissants. Looks like they have some peanut butter and jelly, some fresh fruit and fresh salads. A lot of bakery items. Chocolate-covered strawberries. They have some cake pops you can see in here. I'm digging these brownies. Oh, they have lemon bars, too. That's a cool little thing to have in a s'mores bar. They do have the special coffee they can make at the front, which is what we had earlier. In that case, they have Starbucks. So they have all different types of drinks in here, as well as some grab-and-go coffee. Tons of different snacks, ramen, chips, noodles. All things that you need at a grab-and-go shop. They have Mickey Rice Krispie treats. There were some Mickey cookies here before. I guess someone bought them. And they have some hot food you can get here, too. That looks pretty good. We don't have time, but one day we'll have to come back here and try the hot food out. All All right, we're gonna walk out past the California Deli. And to the left past the California Deli, you'll find the ATM in case you guys need some cash. And to the right, we have the game room. This game room is pretty interesting. It has more going on than I thought it would. You'll need to buy a card to be able to play the games in there. They have some air hockey, some pool, which always good to have pool, I feel like, in a game room. They have the standard Jurassic Park game, Terminator Salvation game. I feel like they have how to sell so many of those Terminator Salvation games. I see them everywhere. But the most interesting thing in there that I saw was a gumball machine that it looks like you could play soccer with it. So I think that's a pretty interesting. It looks like an old school type of game that you could play. And they also have this Ghostbusters pinball machine that looks really cool. You see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man all the way back there. Things start feeling a lot more upscale as we walk past the game room. This is where you could find Hanagi. This is a Japanese restaurant run by a chef from Japan. I believe they open up at 5 o'clock at night, so we're going to try to have some dinner here tonight. Maybe grab a sushi roll or two. Now, if we head back to the main lobby, and instead of making a sharp left, we make a slight left, we'll see the Garden Court Bistro and the Garden Court Lounge. The Bistro is where we had breakfast before. They have a dinner each night. And the lounge does have a lounge bar menu, obviously some lounge bar drinks. A little blurry, but you can see here they have a dinner buffet that changes out each night at the Garden Court Bistro. The main lobby is very kinetic. You'll be able to find Cinderella's carriage, twinkling lights right at the front, with 2 throne seats right next to it. Right behind this twinkling carriage, you'll be able to find a sprawling space with multiple lounge areas, TVs, or you can just hang out, have a drink. I think Princess Corinne actually answers letters right there to the back right. And there's a little area right tucked in the corner right there for kids, where they'll play cartoons. To the right of check-in is a live fireplace. This is where Princess Corinne does her fireside storytelling at 5:30 each night. See the fire going, twinkling lights right above. It's very kinetic in here. Another detail I like in here are these 2 throne seats right towards the back. You'll see part of the Majestic Gardens right behind these throne seats, and you'll see the moving waterways right behind them too, and a very clean window. The gardens are definitely one of the top amenities here, and these throne seats always are very detailed. These ones in particular with like the different gold, the lions at the corners of each of the handles. All right, let's head into the gardens now. To get to the gardens, we'll have to head left of this fireplace, but right in between this sprawling lounge area. Right down this little corridor. As you look out these windows, you'll get some great views of the gardens. As we come up to the elevators, we can go left or right to see a separate area of the gardens. I'm going to go left first. This will be the area we saw before when we were having breakfast. The landscaping here really is beautiful, and it blends in perfectly with the architecture. As we walk outside to the left, you'll hear it, you'll see it. It's a big fountain that sits right outside the bistro area. They also have a gazeboed lounge area to the left of that. If we make a right, you'll see a family of ducks that lives here. These ducks are everywhere all around here, and there's this just beautiful area that you can explore with different flowers. You can see the roofs of these buildings towering over you, the beautiful stonework and molding. I want to enter this garden right here. I think you can get married here. Look at the way the vines intertwine. All these different roses and flowers. Yeah, you can see these are definitely roses. You can see the thorns right on there. Just seems like a beautiful area to relax and escape. They have some doors that are right outside the gardens too, that you guys can see right there. So you can walk right outside your room, just hang out on a bench. Enjoy the beautiful weather here in California. Really is very nice. All right, now let's check out the right side. So left will be pool, right will be gardens. Let's head to the gardens first. As we make that right, the first thing you'll notice is a little garden. They actually have peppers growing in. It looks like it's being guarded by a dragon, actually. And right in front of that is this gazebo. It looks like it's decked out for 4th of July, maybe, and they didn't take it down, or maybe they just always have that stuff up. It looks pretty cool either way. It's surrounded by beautiful, lush gardens and trees, towering bright flowers all around it. And then right past that is that little koi pond that we were able to see right out the window before. More of those ducks living in there, as well as, of course, those koi fish. And they have a bridge you can kind of walk up, see the gardens, little areas to lounge about. Definitely very nice here. This is a great place just to kind of hang out. The gardens to me are the best amenity of this property, and the way that they complement the architectural style here really helps bring the theme together. All right, now let's head left to see the pool area. Now I do my best not to film people in pools because it's a very vulnerable place. But if you head into the pool, what I do like about the way it's structured into the property is you're surrounded by that architecture, the stone turrets, the rock work. It's a pretty standard pool though. Decent sized pool, has a hot tub towards the back. They have a snack area that has hot food that you can get, as well as a few drinks. There's some areas where you can get drinks. They have, I think, 2 gazebos. I'm not sure if they're first come, first serve. I'll try to look that up for you guys, but I think that they are. And as you exit the pool towards the back, you'll be able to find the laundry section, so you can do your laundry while you're here as well. All right, I think Sam and I are gonna get ready for dinner now. All right, the Hanagi experience has arrived. You ready, Sam?
Ready.
We just sat down, and this already looks pretty high-end, right, Sam?
It looks really nice. We have our own little room.
We have a hot pot or hot thing right there. There's your drinks, and then all the food's in here. I'm not going to do a full dining review like I usually do, but this is the shabu shabu. So this is if you want to use the hot pot to cook some of your food. This would be the menu for you. This is your appetizer menu. I'm definitely looking at the tuna tataki or the bluefin tuna trio. On the next page, you can see all of the different sushi rolls that they have. They have all the hand rolls right over here. Next page, you can see they have some bacon fries and some bowls that are served in miso soup. A nice kids menu right on the back. If you're getting sushi, use this thing right here with your pen. The sushi looks like it's from Tokyo, Japan. All right, the sushi has arrived and it looks really good. It comes with a house-made soy sauce. Sam is not a fish eater unless it's shrimp, so she got the avocado roll. Yeah, the avocado roll looks pretty solid.
That's what soy sauce.
Yeah, they say it's house-made, so it's not like a boxed or soy sauce. They make it in-house.
This is so good. And it feels so good to eat this after like eating, you know, theme park food for a few days. Like this just tastes so fresh and light.
The sushi chef here, the main chef is from Japan. And the fish I'm about to eat is imported from Japan.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
This might be the best sushi we had outside Japan, and it's inside our hotel. All right, so I got the bluefin tuna trio and then 1 piece of spicy tuna. So I'm thinking this was gonna come in a roll. I mean, but look at this spicy tuna. Look at that right off the top of it. That is so unique. I think I just want to take like a little piece off the top. I don't know how you can really bite it. I feel like it's just got to be one mouthful. That fish just melts in your mouth. Oh, it's spicy though. All right, I'm just gonna go all in with it. Tuna melts in your mouth, literally. Good little vinegar flavor on the rice. The spiciness on the tuna doesn't overpower everything. So each of these fishes, I think a little bit more fatty and a little bit more cooked. This obviously being the most raw. I'm gonna go with this one. Let me get a little wasabi too. I can already tell you that all these are gonna be a 10 out of 10. The fishes just melt in your mouth good. I'm not a fan on that, and then this one's like a little bit more leaner. The wasabi isn't super strong, but like there's just something with this soy sauce. I don't know what it is. I don't know what what flavor profile describer that I can use. There's also on Sam's plate just a little bit of gold on the side of it, and I noticed everything's been really good. I love the aesthetic in here. This is 10 out of 10. Sushi is 10 out of 10, probably best sushi I have had outside Japan. All right, so I said we weren't going to do a full dining review here, but we wanted to show you guys some of the options. This is like their chicken teriyaki. So it doesn't come with rice. It comes with like a little side salad. Looks like it has some carrots, some asparagus. I'll try the chicken out obviously first. This looks so crispy. Looks like it has some skins on it too. Look at that. The skin is nice and crispy on that. And it's not like a very powerful like teriyaki flavor. It's a light flavor. Let's try some of this salad. Again, very balanced in the flavor. To me, the sushi was a star. I think they are known for like the sushi in the hot pots. We didn't really want to go too far hot pots. We're going to go to the park a little bit later tonight. But this is very good. I'm going to go 8 with that. If you're here, if you're looking for good Japanese food, I highly recommend checking out Hanagi. All right, so we're checking out tomorrow morning. Figured we'd give you our full review and finish this out right over here for you. This is the most conflicted I've ever felt about a hotel tour, and Sam and I have talked about this multiple times. There are certain things that we just wish were different. That being said, I think overall, when you look at the price compared to what you're getting, I think it is a very good value. Especially if you're in a family, you know?
It is, but it is very confusing because there are things about this place that are like stunningly beautiful, and then there are things that are just like dingy and very outdated.
It feels dated. The bathrooms in particular just feel like they need a freshening up, refurbishment, something. By the way, we are staying in I think what's called a royal room, right? So that was included in the Disney package. This isn't a standard room. I like the aesthetic of this room a lot. I love the headboards. I love the the purple little couch in the corner.
There's great AC.
Yeah, the AC is amazing.
The room has great AC. The rest of the hotel, it seems warm.
It's a very large hotel, though, so there's a lot of people staying here at the same time. The best amenity, two things that really stick out to me are the gardens, the aesthetic, and Hanagi. I hope I'm saying that right. That restaurant is very good. Like it's literally tastes like a 5-star. I'm not. If I gave out stars, I'd give it 5. It was like a 5-star restaurant to me. I want to say like this. It feels like it's the hotel that's trying to be the most Disney that we've stayed at, but I don't think it feels Disney to me. It feels medieval times, if that makes sense. I said, and I mean that in a good way. I like medieval times, but it doesn't feel like the level of But you're going to pay for that to stay at the Disneyland. The Disneyland Hotel is going to be $500 plus a night. This room that we're staying in right now, I think when we referenced the pricing online, it showed about $185 a night for this particular room, which I think is a solid deal. Although it's not going to come with the breakfast buffet. I think overall the breakfast buffet was like $17 for both of us, which I don't think is bad at all as far as like an upcharge goes. I did like the aesthetic of the room. I just feel like you got to get rid of the carpet. I do like how it looks royal, but I just think in this day and age we realize 10 years of carpet is always going to smell a little bit. And then the bathrooms just don't look like they match the aesthetic of the rest of the resort.
And besides the aesthetic, they're so tiny. Like, even for one person, they're tiny.
Yeah. This is one of the good neighbors, too. It's a little bit, I don't want to say farther. It's literally like a 7-minute drive when you're on the bus, but a 25-minute walk. If you miss that bus, though, and you're waiting a half hour, it's probably about like $7 to $10 for an Uber there, so it's not the worst. I wanted to bring up the buses. There are some buses that have great AC, and there are buses with no AC. You're in a school bus. And I think that like it's really just the luck of the draw which one that you get on. So that kind of affects your overall experience. That being said, if you're in a larger family, you could stay here cost effectively, and I think the price does warrant what you're provided, especially when we got with the package that we got, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely, this was a budget-friendly trip for us. The elevators are very tiny, and they kind of smell, and they're just like dingy. And
it's that old carpet. But I like the pictures on the wall. The staff here were great.
Yeah.
So we had a great experience here. Do we like Candy Cane Inn more? Yes, I'm thinking you get a little bit more here. However, Candy Cane Inn right now is like $300 plus a night. This is $185. So you really can't, like, as far as pricing goes, like, if you're a family, I think this makes sense.
Yeah.
And you get the transportation to Disneyland. You kind of feel like you're at Disneyland. You have Princess Corinne. We didn't see Princess Corinne. I think it's only like Friday nights she comes out. But, I mean, if your little girl wants to meet a princess, right there, boom, princess met. And I don't think if they're a young kid, they're going to care too much whether there's a Disney princess or not, That being said, the justification of whether or not you think this is a worthwhile place to stay here is up to you and your own particular needs. We really enjoyed the aesthetic, the stone turrets, the stone work, the beautiful, lush gardens that you can go through.
The ducks.
The friendly staff, the included breakfast that we got with our package, the deli, and Hanagi. So there were great things during our stay here. We had a great time, and we have more Disneyland hotels and Disneyland Good Neighbor hotels that we have to experience in the future. So if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm, helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
Make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. Most hotels nowadays don't have this type of aesthetic, too, where there's attention being paid to the architecture and the texture and the detail of the area you're staying in. It's hard, I feel like, for the camera to kind of focus in because it's looking out a little bit of a dirty window. But everything now is just like a tower that you kind of stay in. And I like that it's not a tower, that there's stonework, there's molding. It does look like a medieval castle.
It's definitely very unique, and it has a lot of charm.
The people you see scrolling up on the screen right now, those are our members. I want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity for helping us fund this channel. If you have any interest in a membership, we have tiers as low as $1.99 a month with differing perks like early access to videos and credits credentials like you're seeing right now. If you check out the join button below, you can learn about all those different tiers and perks that we have. But even if you can't become a member, if you're someone who just consistently likes, comments, subscribes, engages with these videos in any way, I want to give a special thank you to you too, because you help us make more of them, and we feel very privileged to be able to make them. And as always,
Keep it going for Frank.